On the eve of the fifth phase of the West Bengal Assembly elections, an audio tape allegedly with featuring the Chief Minister of West Bengal and the Trinamool Congress's Sheetal Kuchi candidate has rocked the state of Bengal. This audio tape was released by the Bharatiya Janata Party earlier today, and the Trinamool Congress responded to it in a press conference, not denying the audio tape in essence, but going ahead and accusing the BJP of tapping phones. Now, what is this alleged conversation about? We should actually tell our viewers about it and play out parts of it, don't you think?
I think we'll play 40 seconds. So Sagrika, I think there are 2 points. पहली चीज ये है कि अगर तृणमूल कांग्रेस कह रही है कि ये टेप बेबुनियाद है, गलत है, तो क्या इसमें गलत है? Is it not the voice of the chief minister is what they're denying? Is the chief minister not speaking to the Sheetal Kuchi candidate they're denying? Or is it not the Sheetal Kuchi candidate they're denying? That is the point, which is the first point I think has to be addressed. The number 2, Sagrika, according to me, if this state is believed to be true, the biggest point for me, and you can tell me what is the biggest point for you. For me, it is that the Trinamool Congress here is basically saying that the dead body should not be given on that day. The chief minister is saying it should be given the next day, and they'll conduct a rally on it. So, is it the politics over dead? That is point number 1.
In fact, there was. If you go by this purported conversation, in the first few seconds itself, you realize that Mamata Banerjee calls the candidate and first tells him that, you calm down, but the body should not be returned to the families today. Tomorrow I will come there and we will do a rally with the bodies. Now, we remember immediately after what happened in Sheetal Kuchi, Mamata Banerjee had announced that she'll be going to Sheetal Kuchi. So possibly there was a plan in place. So like you said, yes, there was an attempt to play politics over the dead, which was thwarted by the election commission.
Are you suggesting, if this reported alleged conversation is found to be true, are you saying that Mamata Banerjee had this plan that the way the Nandigram movement was, if you remember the way the Nandigram movements really took Mamata Banerjee's politics forward, she thought of creating a wave of sympathy through this audio tape by going there, creating a massive wave of sympathy based on the firing and blaming the entire blame on the central forces and coming out as a victor of the people or the savior of the people against them. And why is she saying, Sagrika, fix the IG, fix the SP? Why?
Now, if you only go by the contents of the alleged conversation between that the Bharatiya Janata Party released in the press conference, it raises these very, very pertinent questions. You rightly asked that was this an attempt to use the Sheetal Kuchi incident to bring back some flashes of Nandigram, which scripted Mamata Banerjee's political career, or the start of Mamata Banerjee's, rise, very, very meteoric rise in the state of West Bengal. Now, one more thing which people would want to know is when the chief minister says that SP ke fix korte hobe, IG ke fix korte hobe. What does she mean? Has she made the forces her biggest enemy in this election? Because earlier too, she was show-caused by the election commission for her anti-CAPF comments.
Sagrika, but there is a very big nuance. The nuance is, till now it was the CRPF which was the enemy. If you see here, she's saying that SP ko fix karte hobe, IG ko fix karte hobe. That is the West Bengal police. So is she now realizing, because at first it was that SP mera nahi hai. Is she now realizing that the West Bengal police, which was completely under her control and supervision, now after the model code of conduct has been applied, is not following her dictum and is now being following the rules and regulations set by the election commission? Is she realizing that? Because The West Bengal police was not her enemy. How come the West Bengal police suddenly becomes her enemy? How come the SP of the West Bengal police becomes her enemy if she is coming back to power? That is something which is very, very important. The central forces are understandable, the central forces. How come West Bengal police has become? Is it that West Bengal police is also aiding the central forces in doing their duty because the SP had agreed and corroborated the statement of the central force in the Sitalkuchi incident?
Yeah. And what has been the statement of the central forces? One, that there was an attack on the booth. So on the day of voting, when there is an attack on the booth, it becomes incumbent on the forces there to not only save their lives, but also save the lives of the voters who are coming out to vote. So the firing that took place, as per the statement released by the CISF on that very day, the CISF went ahead and said it was done in self-defense. Now let's come back to the audio tape.
One more, Sagarika, one more very important one. Section 144 is, imposed 200 meters near the booth, which says that not more than 3 to 5 people can come together, can assemble together near 200 meters of booth. So if a mob of more than 200 people, come to the polling booth, how is that mob came instantly? That is a question also which needs to be asked. How can the mob gather instantly?
No,
Pradeep,
Pradeep,
that is also very important.
As far as the information that we have in our possession, there was the mobilization happened after an hour when there was rumor mongering about, rumor mongering was done that the forces in fact went ahead and injured an ailing child. After that, after 1 hour, there was mobilization when, things went out of hand. But the CISF has constantly maintained that they had no option but to fire in self-defense because there was an attempt to snatch weapons from the personnel present inside the booth, and even polling personnel were also not spared, is what the CISF said in their statement.
Another point. If she says that, Abhi Jao, if this conversation, again we're saying if this conversation is supposed to be true, if it is allegedly true, if it is reportedly true, she says that अभी जाके वोट करो, वोट होने दो, उसके बाद जाकर मैं बताऊंगी अच्छे लॉयर के साथ में स्टेटमेंट नोट डाउन करना, एफआईआर बात नहीं करेंगे, उसमें मैं बताऊंगी क्या होगा. सो हर फोकस वाज दैट वोट शुड हैपन और अपने लोग. What is this apne log? Is this apne log refers to the community which is voting for her? Is it referring to the people of Bengal? Is it referring to only the voters who have voted for her? Or is it the TMC workers? This is also something which is very important, Sagarika, the last comments, because we have to, the last 30 seconds.
Right. Then obviously you spoke about this apne log. Amader log is what the candidate of the Trinamool Congress said. So that question really rises. What is this Amader log? Were the TMC workers? Was it a reference to the to the Muslim community? Because we also remember, like, right after the Sitalkuchi incident, the bodies, when, on the day of the burial, villagers wore black bands and the bodies of the deceased were wrapped in the flags of the Trinamool Congress.
And Anand Burman was not mentioned.
Anand Burman, yes, wasn't mentioned.
A separate incident, but it also happened in Sitalkuchi.
And finally, one thing that was mentioned in this tape, allegedly between Mamta Banerjee and Parthopur Protim Ray, was when Mamta Banerjee talks about NPR and detention camps. What does the Sitalkuchi incident have to do with NPR?
Is it strategically about fear-mongering in the community which is voting for her, and in order to ensure that that community is mobilized in order to vote for her further? These are questions, ladies and gentlemen, that we've raised on Jan Ki Baat. If this reported alleged conversation is supposed to be true, Trinamool Congress has denied it but not come out specifications of what exactly is false in it. Keep following Jan Ki Baat for everything on Bengal elections. Namaskar.
Thank you for watching.